It is a corporate time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
This is a beginning one, right?
Yep.
I'm just saying it right on the show. Nobody cares. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. We're live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. We'd love it if you'd join us. Chances are, Monday through Friday, if you made your way over to twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live, we'll be broadcasting 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., 3:30-ish, and every show is replayed on YouTube. Also search Tom and Dan Live.
Also, if you're not a BDM member, you may want to sign up to be invited to our BDM beach party. All the details are going to be sent out in a personal invitation for you and a guest. It goes out to all BDMs. We're going to send that out.
You sure? This
July
time? All
27th.
All BDMs get an invite?
That's just an email. We can send an email to all BDMs.
Make sure your emails are up to date. How about that?
Yeah.
So you make sure you get that email.
Yeah. And if you're on the BDM page, you'll know the location, the times. But we're putting together some giveaways. We're working on a band. The location's great. It's a gigantic BDM beach get-together with a tent party.
Let's just say taser on deck.
We're working on a possible... Should we mention the...
What are we going to talk about? You want to kick that around a little bit? Okay, so here's what I want. Here's what I envisioned on the way driving in, and I mentioned it to Sam when we were walking back from Publix. She thinks my idea is dumb. You thought that my subject idea was dumb as well. I want a sand sculpture to create the face of Tom Brady in the sand.
Well, why?
I don't know.
Our faces, right? It's a BDM party. Our BDM logo.
I kind of wanted Tom Brady's head. I don't know why. I just want a big Tom Brady head, like his goofy smile and that butt chin.
Then we were looking up
because everybody wanted. Hey, look, got my picture.
Go.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, why are we promoting Tom Brady?
Well, we're not. We're promoting Let's Go, the Let's Go attitude. Tampa Tom, like, hey, let's go.
Even in Tampa?
What if we have a giant Don Vito?
Okay, giant. Okay, I'm not.
Sand Vito.
I am open to any. Sand Vito's pretty good.
Yeah. Then have some teens in bikinis.
No. What about a
old
giant?
teens?
What if do we want it to be controversial?
No, we're just Tom and Dan, just our faces.
What if it's us 69ing?
No,
you're not going to see anything. No. It's like the statue. What if we had somebody do the statue, but it's just you don't see the parts?
No,
it's smooth sand.
Even the statue, the cops are going to kick it down. They're going to come by and kick it down.
You see the Cocoa Beach, a fat Cocoa Beach bike
No,
cop.
don't say what it is. Anyway, sign up to become a BDM.
Yeah, I want a sand sculptor. Where do you find a sand sculpt? Is that a thing?
It is.
That's not a full-time job, though.
No.
Like, there's nobody that's like, I get up every day, I got my shovel.
Well, how would you make money?
I mean, there used to be a time when the Volusia Mall in Daytona Beach, every weekend had a new sand sculpture. And I'd freak out. I'd be like, oh, my God, there's a mermaid with her teeth out. I'd be looking at them, and they'd have nipples. I'd be freaking out, man.
How much do you think if we hired a sand sculptor to
feel
come?
like it's going to be a lot.
We are going to hire. What do you mean if we?
Well, if it's too much, we can't afford it.
Why do you crap on all of my ideas, man? Sand
Might
sculpture.
Be able to get Bart Merrick to sponsor.
Oh, what's he going to make
for
Bart?
Well, he's sponsoring the hacky sacks.
Bart Merrick, the Bart Merrick hacky sack. Well, you got to sign up. TomandDan.com/registration if you want to be a BDM member and get all these great prizes. We're giving away Bart Merrick hacky sacks.
Well, they're not made yet. We're still looking at the details.
Are they multicolored with like his logo on the side?
Yeah.
Are we going to do the tricks? I was a pretty good hacky sacker at Flagler College. I was good. I wore the Birkenstocks. I could like stall it on my foot and then kick it up and stall it on my neck.
Remember California Games?
They had the
hacky sack one.
I always thought that was the gay part of the game. I'll just being honest.
You hit. I think you hit a seagull, right?
Yeah, you get extra points. How much do you think? $1,000 for the day? That's too much.
No, way too much.
Well, it's going to be by time probably, right? How long it takes
Well, he's
going
to have to start the night before. I want it to be there.
That's going to be really pricey.
In my vision, he's there the night before with like the lights set up, and he carves all night. And then we show up, and then everybody gathers around, and then I pull off a giant purple cloth, and we're like, Tom Brady's head! And everybody's like, let's go!
I'm not.
Everybody would do it. The New Smyrna Beach Sentinel shows up.
Don't even say the wrong beach.
Yeah, Daytona Beach.
Just say it's at a beach.
Yeah, the beach paper shows up. They're taking their picture with it. Everybody's getting their photo with it. They're like, 2 pod nesters carved a giant Tom Brady head in the sand.
Oh, okay. No, well, now... Okay.
You see what I'm doing?
The publicity.
The spectacle of
the
it.
spectacle.
Let's go.
But I feel like more people... you know what? More people like Tom Brady than dislike him.
I
right?
agree.
Like
You would think I'd hate Tom Brady. I don't hate Tom Brady. He's the best he's the best quarterback.
Well,
I
the
won't say
Bucks in
football.
your division, you should
I
despise.
should.
Yeah.
Well, I do when he's playing us. I don't like him, but I don't know the guy. I can't really hate him.
I dislike Tom Brady when he played for the Patriots.
It doesn't
but now
have to be
he plays
Tom
in
Brady.
the Bucks.
It doesn't have to be Tom
I like
Brady.
it. I like Florida. Tom.
Okay, what about Ray Rice? What if we did a Ray Rice? Ray Rice sand carving.
Oh, I don't know.
Sand sculpture. Epstein. Epstein sand sculpture.
No.
Weinstein sand
No,
sculpture.
but they're getting way, or a little better than West.
Yeah, well, Louis C.K.
They're getting better.
Yeah, getting better.
Predator.
Better Predator.
Than Orlando Predator.
Louis C.K. The better Predator. You want to do some voicemails and emails?
Yeah.
Let's start with a voicemail. This one had to do with you were saying that
God.
Discovery Cove was the only place that rednecks can go.
Oh, man. A lot of hate from people that love Discovery Cove.
Oh,
I
man,
know, yeah.
these rednecks.
I said it was fine. It was good. It's fine.
I got to tell you, our trash listeners love poking the stingrays.
Hey guys, it's Hilton Head BDM. Was listening to the newest BDM show. He was poking them stingrays, and Tom was saying that like it's the only place to go like snorkel and see all the fishes and stuff. I don't know if you ever heard of Bathtub Beach, Tom, but if you take your kids to Bathtub Beach, when I was younger, we used to go there in Florida, and it's got the coral and whatnot, and you can see everything. I mean, I put my hand on a shark by accident. We used to catch the squid out at the beach in nets, and they used to squirt their ink. There's a place you can take them that's natural. It's not like a theme park, so it's free, and you can just go and see all the animals. Hope that helps. Love you guys. Peace.
Anybody
Where is
seen?
that?
It's just north of Jupiter.
Just north of Jupiter.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Just north of Jupiter is a train song.
So, I've never heard of it, but
Me neither.
I doubt that
It sounds
it's
like
that
a place
good.
that you go to tap your foot and get ram jammed, right? Bathtub Beach.
It's very highly reviewed.
It sounds like a place that you go to get a
because
I'll meet you up at Bathtub Beach.
like that's where I
Be
got
tapping my
scuba
foot.
certified in Jupiter. But we had to go down 45 foot plus to see any like reefs. You know what I'm saying? Like
That
you
was
couldn't
when you
snorkel.
did you're Patty certified, right? You went to
Yeah,
Jupiter
yeah,
to
yeah.
get more
The reef
stupider.
is a great barrier, and during low tide creates a shallow pool, which is why it is named Bathtub Beach. It looks cool.
So you have to go during low tide, and can you?
You don't have to go during low tide.
Yeah, you
Well-
can go during high tide. You'll just see nothing.
and
And Harry will be there.
And then you could just walk off the beach and
Yeah.
go snorkeling.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's why I doubt this is true.
Oh man, here we go.
I'm
Here's
looking at
why
it right
your-
now.
Here's why your fun is stupid.
No. It's just because. Okay, so let's talk King's Landing. I see it on
God,
every
we
other.
give the most prestigious names to everything, and it's all trash.
I know, but I see it on every TikTok video, and then like Cashed Out is doing music. You know,
Yeah,
they're
were
there.
they at King's
Yeah,
Landing?
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
they did.
god!
But it's like I see so much like the Emerald Cove, and that's what they call it.
Another name that's wrong.
But they and I see, and now you can't book a kayak or like a
it's like
canoe
3
there.
months in advance.
Yeah. It's insanely packed, right? So that tells me that any real awesome place, there's no way it's like awesome, and there's not a bunch of tourists there.
Well,
like
there was a bunch of tourists at Discovery Cove.
no,
Yeah,
but
he was hating on it.
but I was hating the fact that it's just all packed and bunch
And you're
of-
saying every place is going to be that way.
That's what I would assume. Now, there could be this secret that no one knows about, that I walk in the beach and we could snorkel in the reefs.
Oh,
And
it's on
awesome.
the internet. Sam just looked it up.
Yeah.
Of course there's going to be people
Plenty
there.
of 5-star reviews.
Yeah, and that's the problem. That's his problem with it, is there's so
Well,
many...
then don't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
his
I
idea.
know.
That's it. That's it.
Put a
That's-
little reef at the bottom of your pool.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
right.
what to tell
I'm
you.
He doesn't even go to
I'm
his
just
pool.
bitching.
God,
Too many
bitching old
people-
man.
Come on, can I bitch about something?
Hey, come
Yep,
on.
he's the new mean old bitch.
He is. He is a mean old bitch. Why are you being a mean old bitch, man? man.
Discovery Cove's fine. I said it was
No,
good.
you said it stunk, and
no,
you said
I
all
didn't.
the people were gross.
No, I
And
didn't.
yes,
You said they were great
No, I
hamburgers.
didn't.
Yes, you
I said
did.
Tracy got mad. She said they don't even serve hamburgers.
You said everybody
No,
there was
yeah,
gross.
of course they do.
You said a bunch
No.
of fat, disgusting tourists floating around, poking the stingrays and abusing the animals.
Oh, I said on the BDM show, and that's what I'm saying on the radio.
You said everything was jiggy
No,
jaggy, and
'cause
I know
feel
what that
bad.
means.
I found out a buddy of mine works there, so I don't want him to hear this. I said on the BDM
yeah.
show.
Wait, he didn't give you a discount?
You said a buddy of yours works. Who works
I
there?
don't not. Well, Sam. Okay, let's talk about this.
Joey Manzant? Does he work there?
I
You want to get his
feel
name wrong again?
Fishy Manzan.
I can't reach out to people, although I did the other day.
I feel like you do that
yeah.
all the time.
I
to
said-
Drift.
You
I had
tried
to-
to scam tickets the other day to get your kids into the Newfound Glory concert.
Yeah. But no, but that wasn't. That was to try to get into Loge, which
right.
I thought
You're still
was sold
calling
out.
it a favor.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, but I would have paid anything for that. I just like I wanted to get my. I didn't think I could even buy that online. Anyway.
right.
I can't ask for free tickets anymore because now
you've asked
it's
for too many
cheesy.
free tickets.
Not even that.
Oh.
It's when I was getting paid nothing and poor at the radio
Oh,
station.
right. Like you could buy a ticket now, cheapskate.
They just
Yeah,
and then I feel like people are like, you could I look at you online, you're doing fancy things,
Yeah.
and you could now you're
Fancy
being
thing.
you know
You
like,
are a fancy man.
like I'll give you free tickets if you're
You gotta
poor.
tell your wife to stop posting pictures and
Yeah.
pretend you're not
You're
doing
right.
But I can't
fancy
do it.
things.
I can't.
I tell my
do it.
wife. My wife gets out of the camera. You know, I'm laying in a hammock getting a McAfee massage. I tell my wife to put the camera down. You can't show all my fancy things out there, man. Don't be showing my fancies. I'm sitting here being fancy.
It's cheesy if the person knows you can afford it and you ask for it for free.
Well, you got to ask them, do you think I can afford this? And then they're like, yes. And like, okay.
So-
Yeah, you're right.
I can't ask for Discovery Cove ticket. I mean, that's a high price item. Plus, that's not something that I'm sure even the people that work there could easily give out. You know what I'm saying?
You're assuming. I'm sure these guys might have
No,
I got
it's
100 free passes.
No, it's a limited amount. That's the thing. They only sell like 1,100 tickets a day. Like, they
Yeah.
limit it.
They
But-
only sell 1,100, but it feels like 1,700. Great.
and they're all
Yeah,
poking
they're all
stingrays
disgusting.
at the same time. It's good. It's good.
Why are you so concerned that Tracy will get? That's why
I'm not.
You are. You're concerned that
Everybody just took it as if I'm talking cash S about the place, and I'm not. I just said I'm like for the money.
You
You
want
just don't think it's worth the money.
Okay. Do you want to hear what I said?
If it was
my wife asked what you did.
$400 cheaper, I would have said great.
My wife asked what you did. I said they went to Discovery Cove. The first thing out of her mouth was, "I heard it's jiggy jaggy." And I was like, "That's what Tom said."
It's a park, so you're gonna get park stuff.
It
like
gets a lot of
it's
use.
corporate park.
It
yeah.
gets a lot of use.
Yeah, they're running through 1,100 people a day in there. Like,
And
how
that's
good
like,
could
I
it
mean,
be?
You can only poke the stingray so many times before it's like a little.
And
Are they even real? The animals?
Yeah, no, they're real. They
Real
terrifying.
real scared.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't know if a fish. I don't even care about fish.
Like
that
if you
much.
could put electric,
but,
no.
I don't really care about abusing fish.
I don't
Wow.
either. Yeah, I don't either. Like when I see
I mean, I kind of sad about it, but I'm like, oh.
like some people are like, when they're holding up a fish and it's moving around on the
Yeah.
line, and people are like, "Oh my God, put it back in the water! It can't breathe." And I'm like, "All right, yeah, like look at him go."
Yeah. Like I don't want you to purposely
Yeah.
burn it with a cigarette, but
Yeah.
if you're like messing around with it, you
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
it.
Don't
I'm like,
torture it or something.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. But if it falls and like it does that move where it falls and then it like bangs off of everything and then falls back into the water and then it angrily swims away
Yeah.
for its life, I'm cool with that.
Hey, like you hook its eye, it's bleeding,
Yeah.
it's or whatever.
Well, it shouldn't have been swinging its eye around the hook.
If it dies, I'm just keep eating my
Yeah,
sandwich.
well, don't tell me about it. If it dies, don't tell me about it. And for God's
Yeah.
sake, throw it way far
Now-
away because I don't want to look at a dead fish
If
while
you-
I'm eating bologna sandwich.
If you eat it, it's good.
Yeah,
you
it's
have
delicious.
to kill it.
If it does die, eat it. That's what I say.
Yeah. But if you don't, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a deal breaker for me. Here, try this one.
Hey guys, Chuck from Michigan again. That wasn't a waterfall, it was just the water running, cleaning the brushes. And yes, Tom, expensive brushes are well worth the money if you use them every day, but if it's a once in a while thing, the expensive brushes will last you forever because
Oh my God.
you only use it once or twice. Wash it, take care of it. It's worth it. It's a nice investment. especially if you don't like to spend money on actual people doing it for you. But I would imagine you want to.
The Foley
Now
in
he-
all
yeah,
of his calls
yeah,
are amazing.
He's doing
What phone do you have?
Yeah, he's you can hear
Scraping
him
the
like
paint.
scraping the paint and cleaning his brushes, and he's saying that it's probably you're just not you're not this much of a planner. He's saying that even if you're gonna buy brushes, buy good ones to begin with, and just take care of them, and that way your entire lifetime you have a nice paintbrush to touch up things in your house. Not a bad idea. I don't even think I would do that though.
It's the taking care of things. I could never be a professional painter. I could never really be any tradesman because you need good tools and you need to take care of them.
Yeah.
And that's the only way, because if you just waste a bunch of money in tools, you'll never have any profit. It'll be a waste. And that's what I can't do because I'm disabled mentally. And I can't take care of things, and I pass it on to my sons, and they're the same as me, and they're ruined.
They don't care about like taking care of stuff.
Every single board game is missing pieces. Every single Lego set they have is already ruined.
amazing.
But why throw it away, right? Hold on to it with all the missing pieces.
Yeah, just all in one giant bin of
God, that
garbage.
would
They
drive
got the
me
hoarding
insane.
from Crystal.
Each one of Maisie's Lego sets is together and in a little area, and when she plays with it, all the pieces kind of stay with the Lego.
yeah.
They're all like
Where they need
she
to be.
keeps
Yeah.
them, and I don't even think I did that. Like that's just a thing. It's just in her.
No, I know.
It's just a thing.
It's who you are as a person, who your core is. My sons can't. They open up stuff. They don't care about their possessions.
Yeah.
They ruin them all. They're all broken. They
Maisie,
the same thing as
Maisie
me.
cleans her desk.
Yeah.
She cleans her desk and lines up her stapler and all this stuff. And
If you ask them, they never charge their controllers. Their video games are always like in a different place and like on the carpet, and then they can never
Sounds like a
find.
nightmare.
I don't have that. I don't have any of that.
They get in there like, where's Mario Kart? They can't find it, and they can't find the controllers.
I would say, why was it out to begin with? Who took it out?
Oh, we tell them every time. Like, you guys tell me. It's a disability.
Why'd you take it out?
It was like,
Just leave it in there.
it's like screaming at Daniel, why aren't you tall?
Yeah, exactly.
He can't do
I'm like, I
anything.
can't do nothing.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Wait, Sam,
My wife-
this is me. Why don't you be tall?
You want me to do the Tommy?
Can't do that. I can't grow nothing.
can't get nothing.
And I know this is a BS excuse, and people are saying and yelling, of course you can get better. This is my wife tells me, like, this is something you could learn to get better. You could be more responsible. You could take care of your stuff. It's a finite thing. Put the paintbrush, clean it every time.
Yeah.
Do these things. Do the dishes every night before you go to sleep. Like,
Yeah.
tidy up. Once the house is clean, like our house only gets clean when guests come. And then we panic 2 days before. We're yelling at each
You're
other.
stuffing everything in the closet.
We clean the whole house, and then
Just
guests.
let people see how you live, man.
Oh, I've seen it.
And they know
I've
it's our
seen it.
friends, but we try to put on a
The
facade.
first time I met him, I had to weave through a hoarder trail, and when I got to the back, it was just him in front of a yellow computer smoking a cigarette. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He wasn't doing that. I'm joking.
We try to clean our house, and then people come over and like, look how clean and fancy we are.
It does look
You
awesome.
love talking about how fancy you are.
But it looks great.
I do fancy things.
When you walk
My house
in there,
looks
it's fancy. It is.
Yeah.
Have you seen
This
it?
is a facade.
It's fancy. They got a wine fridge that's wide open and the wine bottles
What?
in there. It's fancy. And their entire house is nothing but black people art. It's nothing but black paintings everywhere. It looks like Will Smith's apartment.
It's why a wolf wears a zoot suit.
It's a decoy. It's a distraction.
It's like this wolf is
Yeah, hold on a second. That's not a wolf. He's got a suit on.
swinging his chain.
I got one more. One more. Here we go.
What's going on, dudes and chicks? It's Big Rick. So I am driving around for work, and I'm in Claremont, and there's this giant vertical billboard that has a guy playing a guitar and screaming into a microphone that says "The River," and then has some text underneath it that I don't remember. I just remember seeing the river portion of it, but then underneath that text it says "Holy Ghost Power," and sounds like something I would say if I saw a ghost. I'd be like, if I saw a ghost move something, I'd be like, "Holy Ghost Power! Oh my goodness!" Because I'm scared. So
Is this a God billboard? I'm guessing it's a God billboard. It's
Also,
nice of Rick to try
Holy
his
Ghost
new
Power is a song.
stand-up.
Yeah, Rick, don't
Yeah,
call with
yeah.
your stand-up
Rick
bits.
uses our line as like his new. He'll call it. I'm trying to work this out here. Something about a Holy Ghost power. It's like something you'd yell if you saw a billboard. You go, Holy Ghost power, Batman.
It's a song by the Chicago Mass Choir.
Holy Ghost power. Well, we have a lot of God billboards. You
Oh,
know.
yeah.
You'll get like there's certain parts of Florida you'll drive through and you'll get like a God billboard or Let's Go Brandon or like
Old people.
Yeah, it's a lot of like older,
Yeah.
more rural people. It's fine.
They still
let
need,
them do their thing. It's fine.
They still need archaic marketing because
Yeah.
they don't see the Facebook ads.
Like it's also that radio station, the Hog. That one, remember, and it says like, no rap, no crap. You know, it's like, all right, all right, I see
Yeah.
I see you.
Oh,
I see what you're doing there.
wonder the price of billboards, have they gone up or down? Since the
down.
last
I feel
time.
like down because
Down.
there was something I saw the other day and I was like, how the hell did they afford a billboard? But now I can't remember what it was. But it had to have gone
It's
down.
the
right?
ones for the Hog, that stupid radio
No, it's a
station.
different
Every time
one.
I see those guys, what's his name? Tater Hayes.
Tater Hayes.
Old
How
Tater-
dare you forget Tater Hayes?
I know. My memory's back. How are you doing with my interview with Taylor Hayes, Sam?
Taylor Hayes?
Or not Taylor Hayes.
I got Taylor Hayes on
Hold
the line,
Taylor
actually.
Hayes is a porn star. I'm just showing how horny I am. Taylor Hayes was a porn star from back in the day. She came in on the Monsters, and it caused a big kerfluffle on the show because she was pointing at everybody, and she's like, the only one I'd sleep with you is you. And she pointed to me, and I was like, what?
No,
And I
no,
freaked out, and then I wanted to do it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was
Why
like,
wouldn't
but
you?
no, because I didn't know how to make it happen. I was like, how do I initiate this? She's with her husband who looks like a Goomba. You know, like, he's sitting over there like, how do I make this happen? She's sitting over there with this big galug. He looks like a big, he looked like a cross between like a Russian bouncer, Italian bouncer.
Yeah.
You know, there's bald guys that have no neck, but they're big men.
Yeah.
Those guys.
And it makes no logical sense because she's not going to sleep with you.
No, she's just saying
She
it.
looks like she'd be Tom's type, big mouth.
Does she have a big mouth? I forget what she looks like, to tell you the truth. She's been out of the game for a minute.
But you see the videos and you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
well,
And she likes
she's
the,
doing
and
it.
she likes the one thing more than the other thing, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
She likes a two more than a one.
What?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
bye-bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got our sponsors.
Oh my God! I almost screamed, "Woo-ha! We got you all in check," and I don't know why.
Don't do that.
You were like, "We're welcome back." I was gonna go, "Woo-ha! We got you all in check."
Shane Malloy's here from Gabriella Plants. How you doing, Shane?
Yeah.
Doing good, Tom. Dan, how are you guys doing?
Good. You know what? Normally people don't answer us as properly as you did. You know what? And I'm doing damn fine now that you're here, sir. Welcome back to the program. How you been?
Been good. Thanks for having me back. It's been hot.
It has
Oh
been
my
hot.
God.
How is that?
How do we protect our plants? I feel like they're burning up
My
out
wife
there.
killed one of your plants. I'm gonna call her
Don't
out.
snitch.
I'm gonna call that bitch out right
Which
on
one?
the show.
Was it the Black Velvet?
No, Black Velvet
No,
is
damn
thriving.
it.
Is thriving. No, it was a little one.
Velvet
Actually,
rides
you know what?
again.
It may not have been one of the Gabriella plants. It may have been one that you gave us.
Oh, that
and-
makes more sense.
Yeah, I got
They're
mites.
weaker.
I
now,
got
that,
mites.
now that we have your plants, the ones that the hand-me-downs that Tom was giving me look a little.
Well, we all remember that as we got older and you started getting your own presents that weren't
Yes,
the shirt,
they were
or you
on
got
brand.
to that you got
Yeah.
to pick your own shirt because
Like
you didn't
Black
just
Velvet.
get your siblings hand me down.
Like Black Velvet. Let's talk about that. You came over to my house. You saw my premium
Okay.
Gabriella plant. You start fingering it and you're touching it. And Andrea's like, "Get your hands off my plants!"
You're molesting their plants?
I'll
Well,
tell
he
you
was
about
over
Black
there.
Velvet,
We
Dad.
were over there talking to his family, and we didn't know where Tom was. He was up in my living room fingering all my plants.
No, I'm just checking their soil.
Hey, you get your fingers out of my soil, man.
humidity. I'll tell you that in a minute. I
Okay,
killed
sorry.
that one good, and I ordered it from Gabriella, and
Oh.
You tried to
I didn't
copy
follow the
Andrea's style.
instructions.
You
I was
tried
like,
to-
I know better.
You tried to copy Andrea's style, and he blew it.
How do I look at instructions from Gabriella and think to myself, I know,
I know
I'm
better.
gonna do something
I'm
different
the real
than what it
Gabriella.
says to
You're a
do.
narcissist.
Is that what it is?
I'm better than they
Is
are.
that what it is?
Tom Briella.
It's Plant Daddy, right?
Oh yeah, he remembers what.
Killing all his babies over there.
Are
it
you still
sounds
calling
like.
yourself Plant Daddy?
Oh, by the way, I figured out.
Munchausen syndrome. You're killing them all.
Let's
You're
go
right.
back. And I saw a post from Gabriella talking about, hey, vote for us for, I believe it's best garden store /
Great.
nursery in Orlando.
Love it.
And I was like, I reached out to Shane. I was like, hey, we should come talk about this on the show.
Yeah. Throw
because-
them a vote. It's super easy to do. You do have to sign up with an email address, but it's super easy to do. And once you're in, you can throw us a vote. We haven't been talking about it much because I'm just going to be real with you. We've won it so many times that, I mean, there's no better podcast in the city than us. And even if we don't win, I'm just being honest. And even if we don't win, if somebody else wins it, just know that we're better than you.
It's a farce, I think, yeah.
Look, we've
It's
won it
Orlando's best podcast,
Yeah.
and we have to be it.
We've won it like
I've
12
looked at-
years in a row.
I don't know, guys. We got Remy's Roundtable up against
Well,
us
they
this
are a
year.
little better.
Yeah.
A little
Well,
better.
that something is subjective, but if you go on size, amount of monies,
I was
don't know,
going to say,
whatever-
local success. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
are the definition of it.
We are. Thank you.
Yeah, we got the
finally,
carpet.
finally, somebody smart on the couch.
We waste more money than any other
We
podcast,
do.
guaranteed for
We
sure.
do.
Oh,
We
this
waste-
morning, $400.
God, talk
stupid
about
sunbiz!
that. Why are you bringing that up?
No,
We did that. We did. He almost yelled the F word.
Yeah, he did.
$400 penalty.
Yeah,
Sunbiz.
That's
Bad.
a big
We
penalty.
took a bill. This is
That's
how good
more
we
penalty
are.
than how could it be that much?
This is how good we are at podcasting. We took a bill that
God
was only
damn it.
$75, and then we
No,
made it $450.
It was $138.
$138.
Ooh.
Every year you have to register
Well,
for
that doesn't
Sunbiz.
seem right.
And then me and Daniel did this.
We did it.
Because I said, I used to make Travis do this. We got to do it this year. And then we
Yeah,
both were
and
looking
I was
over
like,
the
"Get in
computer.
here," and I was like, first, let's make fun of Travis a little bit and laugh. And so we did. We made fun of him a little bit, and we laughed. And then I'm like, how do you do this? So we did it. We go to the Florida Sunbiz thing.
Oh, God.
We had to go into the
Sorry, I
directory.
brought it up.
You've probably done this.
Oh, yeah.
Or
No,
you have
it-
people that do
You
this.
see, you guys use Macintoshes too, and they've gotten better over time, Sunbiz has. But back in the day, like, that was one of those websites where it was like, no, Internet Explorer. Only way.
Right.
Only way, Internet Explorer.
Yeah.
Stupid government.
Yeah, 100% right. So I X out my Pornhub. We go to the Florida Sunbiz. We get on there. I go through the directory. I find our two companies. Yes, we have two companies.
And it's inactive.
One of them is. One of them was. One of them was.
That was a long time ago.
If you wonder why we have two companies, we have. Well, actually, there's
we
three
called
in
the
there.
Tom and Dan LLC the first time.
and then there's Dan
we
and
let
Tom
that one lapse.
But we have an escape company in case S goes down.
That's called the
Money
landscaper.
laundering.
Yeah.
No. So anyway, $400.
Yeah.
Shane's here. So Shane, let's talk about.
Let's talk about Shane's World.
Well, let's talk about why you guys deserve to win, and I'll put it in there
Yeah,
that
you do.
guys give away a lot of plants to the community. Like, I'm constantly promoting stuff where it's like, well, we're giving away 1,100 plants. I have 1,100. I was like 11.
I think the last time
1,100.
I think the last time we talked to you, you were like, "My greenhouse is just slammed full of premium plants, and I just got to get them all out of here."
So-
and I'm like, "Well, why? Why is it? We got to make room for more plants."
Well, you guys
Still true.
do a lot of giveaways and stuff, which I feel like,
Yeah.
especially for plant people, is great and
We
it's
just-
great for the community and
We
everything.
just uploaded, actually, just published today, the Facebook event we're going to do second annual Same Bad at Plants Business Fest. I was almost going to call it that originally because I felt like it was
Bad
more
at
on
Business
brand.
Plant Fest.
Yes, that's what I'm
You
talking
can take
about.
it. You know?
I may change the Zach. Maybe
Yeah.
we need to change that that Facebook event.
That's so
By the way, it's very
but-
confusing to everybody you tell them. Like sponsors are like, what now?
I
I,
was
don't want to
telling-
put my name on
I
this.
was
Right.
telling-
If you're bad at it, I don't want
Andrea's father and stepmom are really into plants, and I was telling him what you were doing, and he balked at the 11,000 plants. He balked at
1,100.
or 1,100.
11,000.
Excuse me, my God. But he didn't understand. He's like, yeah, "What do you mean that these plants are at this price, or
Yeah,
for
yeah.
free? Like, how does that even happen?"
So let's talk about that.
Happening December 20th, currently scheduled for 9 a.m. Over at our retail storefront in Oviedo near the 417 Aloma,
Yep.
Gabriella Plant Shop, right next to the Walmart there at 417 Aloma. And last year, we kind of ran out of parking.
Oh, there was
the
a
whole
line out
parking
the door.
lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was insane. It was over $10,000 in plants. It was
God
what,
bless it.
2,200, something like that, Zach, something like that. Plants given away in a single day. And yeah, we're trying to make it at least twice as big. So
Over 2,000 plants out the door. That's
and
nuts.
We're not talking about just some stinky old snake plants.
Yeah, no.
We're talking premium plants. So also, I noticed that you guys are doing these like live tutorials. That is really cool. Like I saw one coming
I
up.
haven't seen this. Explain it to me. What happens?
So basically, like you'll do like a live stream information
Yeah,
tutorial.
like a
and,
live stream workshop.
Oh, dude, this
workshop.
is you all day long.
I know. I'm gonna check out the one that's this is going to be broadcast on Monday, but for the Twitch audience, there's one tomorrow on propagation, which
That's awesome.
I know a lot about propagation. I was,
Can you make a begonia grow a new begonia by just trimming a leaf? All right, you got something to learn.
I like that he only gave you a split-second answer.
Stop breathing. And if you're listening in Orlando or across the country, you can sign up for the online ones at plants.ly/learn. Or if you're local to Central Florida, we've been offering those same workshops locally, hands-on at our shop location as well. And you can find shop events over at plants.ly/shop.
It always makes me uncomfortable when, he talks about his new workshop, it's on propagation, and you hear that and you're like, I know a lot about propagation too.
Well, I thought it was a trick question, so I'm trying to go through like begonia. Can you propagate it from leaf cuttings? Because not all plants you can.
That's all the time we have.
I'm going to assume that you can because of the way you phrase the question. But that's interesting too. There's all about the nodes, as you know.
As you know,
Daniel doesn't know. Samantha doesn't know anything about nodes.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. The only nodes I have,
nodes, nothing.
are the nodes I have my vocal cords.
So Shane, I have some questions for you.
Okay, is this where you ask him how and why you killed all your plants?
No, well, okay. I ordered a black velvet plant from Gabriella.
Beautiful,
and I believe it's called alocasia black velvet.
It looks 3-dimensional because of the light fuzziness that appears to be on the leaves.
Yeah, it looks fake.
Yeah, it looks fake. It's a crazy looking plant.
And the reason I ordered, I saw Andrea had one, and I'm like, she's not bad. I'll be better than her.
But I got to thank you for that. Got one of those. Gave that to my wife. It's amazing how, let's just say, happy your wife can be in after hours when you give her a premium plant, if you know what I mean.
Well, let's talk about, because you're supposed to, when you get your Gabriella plant in the mail, right? It comes in a box.
Andrea says the easiest plant she's ever taken care of.
And it's super healthy, and you're supposed to let it chill for a minute in the pot that it comes in, and where you put it, you're supposed to let it
chill, bro.
Acclimate to its environment. It's kind of like a fish.
Is that with every plant?
Well, it's
only the ones you like. If you don't like it,
some are more sensitive than others to this principle. Depending on how much. I mean, shipping is really stressful to a plant. It's dark. It's like literally the opposite of a greenhouse. Which, to your very earlier question, I do remember it. The very first thing she said, "What do we do with our plants? How do we keep them cool?"
Yeah.
The good news is our greenhouses are actually hotter than it is outside. So the plants most of the plants we grow are not temperature sensitive, or you would have to be in the 120s, hot car, locked car, type of a situation.
All of my plants stay in my car. Every plant I own is in my car right now.
You'd have to melt it for it to...
I mean, they can survive pretty heat, but it's all about then it's going to dry out quicker.
Ooh, the black velvet's on sale, guys.
What? Don't be saying that. Everybody be biting my style.
Well, this is the problem I have, Shane.
It's a cool plant, though. Go snatch them up.
But it's the most extreme. When you unbox something, it literally went from sun... How long is the sun up today? 16 hours, it feels whatever, to then 3 days in the mail of just pitch black. So it's probably not the best thing to then, as soon as you get it, also go I know what's better for you. Let me go ahead and shake off all the soil out of the roots.
Well, that's what I did. Because I was like,
you stressed it out
immediately, because I don't even
Just
believe
like
in. Because I'm like, I can handle stress. Why can't this plant? I'm fine with stress. No, it's fine.
3 days.
I'm like, you're fine.
Don't project your stress on your plants.
Yeah, I like how you're like, it's fine, plant. Just shake your roots off.
I immediately replanted it into my own concoction.
Oh
of
my
soil.
God! You know what you're gonna say there?
Of soil that I've come up with.
Oh my God! You're doing your own soil blend.
I'm like,
Tom's
what
blend.
is it? A 60-40 ground chuck?
what
What are you doing?
I
20-30? What are you doing?
I put some warm
70% lean.
Castings in there.
Oh, castings!
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Then some cocoa core. I'm like every plant loves cocoa core, and then I put that in there, and then it starts dying, and I'm like, no, and then I try to say, I'm like, blast it with
don't blast blasted it. You blasted it?
Well, I'm like,
I know,
more sun.
I know the guy that blasts his plants, and that guy's in jail.
And blasted it with sun, and then I was just stressing it out, Shane. And then I left it outside
You
for too long. It was
Weinsteined it.
drowning in the rain. And then I'm like,
my
oh, God.
I saw you and him drowning in the rain.
And then
Orange Juice Jones.
And then I hid it from my wife because I didn't want her to see that I killed
You
it.
killed it. Oh, my God, you hid the body? This is like a murderer.
I stuffed it. I buried it.
This is getting crazy.
And then I was like, I'd never talk about it again because then I was embarrassed. And then I was like, if anybody saw this, they'd be like, you don't know
Well,
plants.
what time frame did this happen? Are we talking about like 24 hours? All this,
That's an excellent question.
Yeah,
That's a great question because we have to walk through the timeline of this murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you at least have 24 hours to enjoy it first?
And then because he ran to the backyard and murdered it.
And then on the opposite of that, when you brought in that variegated arrowhead the last time you came in here,
Can't talk about it. They changed their name since then. I think they're the Guardians now.
I left it out on, like, we have this little area underneath a skylight in front of my sink.
Oh, yeah, the raccoon overlook.
I didn't replant it right away. I left it out there for like 5 to
Because you're letting
7
it chill,
days.
bro, and it loved it.
And then I was watering it regularly.
Acclimation.
And then I put it to a slightly bigger pot, and it's thriving. Like
yeah.
it's 4 feet
Living
tall
its
right now.
best life. Taller than I am.
And then beautiful variegated leaves come out. Like, it looks like a showpiece. And then when people come over, I'm like, look how good I am. And
then they'll go, oh, my child's, where is your black velvet? Oh, don't talk about it.
No, but it is important to realize that, like, that is whether you're a professional grower or just an at-home consumer. I mean, that's the case with nearly everything we try in life. We get some of them right and we get some of them wrong, and how we go back and learn from the things we did wrong and then apply that to the next plant we have is how you get better at it over time. Everyone's going to battle pests from time to time. Everyone's going to do something, whether it's we had a whole batch of plants. I won't name the specific batch because people will probably get mad that we wasted them. But we decided, these have multiple stems, and we'll try to like kind of break them apart a little bit, and we'll have more to share with more people, and we can lower the price on them. And yeah, we did. Experienced growers. Our greenhouse team is amazing. They are going to grow over 100,000 plants this year. Wow. Yet that batch of 72, 0% success rate.
Wow,
so we all make mistakes. Again, it's how quickly you can then look back at that, self-analyze, and go, okay, well then next time I plant that cutting, let me not plant it as deep. Next time I do that, let me wait a week until I try to repot it.
They call me Little Danny Deep Cuttings. I can't plant my cuttings shallow. I can't do shallow cuttings. You are so much more adult than Tom is when you're talking about mistakes, making them.
So it's the good at business.
But you're not flogging yourself. You're not punishing yourself for making the mistake. You see the positive outlook in that your failure is at some point just an experiment to gain knowledge for the next attempt.
Absolutely.
Do you see the positivity here?
Shane, what about, and I know I asked you this last time, but I have a problem with
remembering things. That's why I'm asking it again.
Overwatering plants. Mm-hmm. And the problem comes, there's a little bit of THC factor in here. Because
you lose track of time.
Well, also,
did I already water this
Yes,
place?
I forget what I did 10 minutes ago.
2 showers last night. Didn't even know.
Extra clean.
Didn't even wash my hair twice.
Because I partake in some, I got a bad problem sleeping.
Exactly. My back's out.
Anyway, and then I'm like, did I water this plant already? So then I know
I thought you were fingering the soil. Shouldn't you?
So the trick that everybody tells you is stick your finger in the soil and 2 inches down, and if it's dry, then it needs water, right? That's like the tried and true trick, right? But I stick my finger in there, and I'm like, is that wet or dry? My fingers are numb. Like, I can't feel.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So I'm like, is that, am I feeling?
Your wife do. Have your boys help you.
Yeah.
No, they don't
use your
do
son's
nothing,
fingers.
No, because
boys, I need your
wet?
fingers. Daddy's fingers don't work. Finger my plants and tell me if they're wet, please. Save my plants with your fingers, boys.
Because they'll put their finger there and be like, I don't know. But I'm like, does it feel damp or not? And they're like, a little. And I'm like, well, that doesn't help. Like, I need to know, is it dry or damp?
And you're like, let me try.
And then, and then I end up adding more because then I'm like, oh, well, a little more water couldn't hurt, but it can hurt, Shane. Because then the leaves start yellowing, and then I take a picture of my plant app, and then they're like, well, this is a sign of too much water or too little water. I'm like, which one is it?
I hate that. I don't know which way to go.
Well, what is that? Like, that doesn't help me at all.
If they're saying this could be a sign of too little water, too much water, which way do you go? You're the expert.
Well, it depends depends on your environment, because in the greenhouses, it's very rare. Now, we do overwater some things, but it's much harder to overwater when it's 110 degrees.
True.
And your ability to basically recover from that is not very long. The bigger thing with overwatering is you're ultimately suffocating the roots. You're basically using water to completely suffocate. They do need oxygen. They need to be able to breathe.
You're waterboarding your roots.
Yeah.
Basically.
And it's hard to suffocate the roots because Questlove's a big dude.
Now, I will say the way that I, having grown up in greenhouses my entire life, being third generation to now run the same operation, like I can tell just based on the weight of the pot. If you're familiar with how much soil goes into a standard, your normal sized nursery pot, you can use weight as a determiner of how basically how heavy it is the moisture content.
Oh, that's a real plant daddy there. He can lift it and be like, yep, overwatered, I can tell.
I can tell by the weight of your pots.
Yeah.
What's going on,
Yeah,
too.
I know. I look at Sam, I'm like, you're overwatered. I look at my wife, I'm like, little dry.
As far as would I be on the side of like underwater overwatering, it again depends on what you're doing. If you're telling me it's my plant's directly under an AC vent,
Yeah.
or I live someplace where it's cooler and it's average, 69 degrees in my house, whatever it is, then like you're probably going to be overwatering just based on the fact that temperature is not going to dry that soil out anywhere near fast. If you're on your back patio and the soil gets crusty, or like it's almost visual. You can almost tell visually sometimes if the soil is too dry.
It shrinks in from the pot, too.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then it makes it, in most soils, by nature, cocoa coir is one of the few examples. Now, we don't use cocoa coir in our blends right now, but cocoa
You hear that, Tom? He doesn't use cocoa coir.
No, but cocoa coir.
Cocoa coir reminds me of Cocoa K, which is a scam and a great hot dog.
Well, that's my favorite place in the world.
Exactly.
So when I saw Cocoa Coir, I was like, I'm putting this in
Tom
there.
thinks that's fancy. That's why he always
Paradise.
gets an inflatable raft or inflatable slide at his house, and then he stands back there. He's like, "My house is just like Cocoa K." And I'm like, "Oh God, goddamn Cocoa K."
We've come to the conclusion.
No, but cocoa coir will hold a lot of moisture. But most soilless potting mediums, because that's really what cocoa coir, or they're not soil. Soil, by definition, is something you harvest from the ground. So whether it's peat moss that makes
I
up
know
the
him.
majority of your soil mixture, or cocoa coir, either way, you're really harvesting something else, turning it into a medium.
We should do a podcast now where you're Cocoa Coir and I'm Pete Moss, and welcome back to Plant Talk. You're a girl, though.
Oh, okay.
You're
I had to
Cocoa
do-
Coir, get it? Cocoa Coir.
Again, vote for Gabriella Plants for best garden store / nursery and Orlando Weekly.
Yeah, it'll take you all of a minute and a half. Throw us a vote on there, and I think we got a bunch of other
all the
clients that are in there. Gringos is on there.
Yeah, when you see friends of the show or advertisers,
different
throw
bars
them
are
a
in
vote.
there. Johnny's is on there.
GabriellePlants.com. Use promo code Tom and Dan and checkout for a discount. Also, head by their store in Oviedo.
Yeah, if you've
It's
never
good.
been by the store, go by and blow your own mind, because they got some really, really amazing stuff.
Yeah, and those workshops you were mentioning, there's even more of those coming up. I know we're doing like a paint. We're doing something with pumpkins in October, so definitely check out all the different. We're painting.
Painting
pot.
pumpkins.
We're gonna
Hold
paint
on.
a pot. So then everyone who attends the paint a pot session will also get a free plant put in it. So there's a lot of
that's
cool
awesome.
events that Alexa, our shop manager here locally, has been doing an amazing job with. So definitely check those out.
Great for kids too. Like there's
Love it. Alexa, plan event.
yeah.
No, I had to
That's
get rid
a
of
stupid
all
joke.
Alexas in my house. No, for real.
Because of
Like
her?
within the first 3 months of hiring her.
Yeah,
I was like, I was throwing each one at a TV. It was terrible. So
you should have made her change her name. That's what I would have done, Shane.
no, well, and then all my smart friends were like, well, you can change its name to Echo. And I'm like, I already threw it at the walls.
Thanks, Shane. Appreciate it. Again, GabriellePlants.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. So, did I tell you guys why? Like, I figured out why I like plants.
Yeah, you told us. Thanks.
Oh no, yeah. Well,
I'm kidding. I'm joking. No, you never told me.
I think what I
would
may have
imagine
mentioned.
because you can
why.
control them,
No.
and kill them
Yeah.
without any kind of.
Well, it's kind of like I used to work with.
repercussions?
I used to work with a guy who would over control everything else in his life because there were certain things in his
Do you
life.
hold the plant in your hand and look down at the
Yeah, they were completely out of control. So
You
I,
bitch.
I get the. Oh wow, I get the vibe that you.
He's
No,
just
no.
mad because I
It
won't
does-
text him about
you like
plant
yelling
questions.
at those plants. You name them. You got one little little plant that you call me. You got a big plant, tall plant that you call Sam. You go out there and you yell at them.
Because remember, I have no relationship with them. There's no emotion that I have to each one of them.
Now that I don't understand, because he will spend a lot of time on them, but he's said before that if somebody just grabbed them all and burned them in a pile, he wouldn't care.
Which it may be a little exaggeration. Depending on
never
why,
believed
but what I think it is they're just a visual representation of work, right? Follow me here. So it's literally, it takes like some work to keep a plant alive and to have it grow, and then I see it grow, and then it's bigger than it was last year, and it's still alive.
It's a visual representation of time spent in your hobby.
Yeah, or just the fact that I was able to keep it alive myself and it grew.
But it's growing. That's the only thing I take away from it. Is like it's doing the work.
Yeah, but I have to tend to it to make sure it lives.
But like if
I just stop paying attention to it, it will die for sure.
The reason I have a problem with that though is there is a scenario where just leaving it alone, it still thrives. And as long as that's in play,
water it.
as long as that's in play, I will always think that your hobby is a little useless.
Well, you gotta have to water it.
Yeah, but it rains. You know, like there is a scenario where I leave it outside.
These are house plants.
I understand.
My outside, my yard is kind of like that too, but I still have to make sure the irrigation's correct. Anyway, it's something weird like that.
Your plants do look good. I'll give you that. Sam hasn't been to your house to see. The backyard is it's kind of tropical. It's got like an exotic.
My wife is starting to now admit that she's like giving me credit. She's like, I like how many plants we have and how green it is.
It really does
I'm gonna
look
start
good.
doing that in my backyard.
It's lush.
I'll talk to Shane
There's
about
not
it.
a lot of brown. His fence looks good. So it like kind of the green with the light brown. It looks good.
And
he
then
did a good job.
I have a bunch of plants around my pool deck, and then there are different kinds of plants.
Like decorative pots. It's cool. He did a good job.
Like I have the Gabriella plants I keep inside. They're mostly indoor plants, but even some of the Gabriella ones you can grow outdoors.
Yeah.
Like I have a pretty big Monstera now that prefers more light. Anyway, just the fact that they are still alive and growing, I get satisfaction out of that.
Yeah.
What about your own children that you have to keep alive and they grow every year?
They're easy. It's just like
Not the
plants.
same?
Yeah, they get rained
They're
on.
easier to take care of.
Just hand them an iPad and off they go.
Yeah, they'll just sit there with an iPad for a long time.
That's the thing that most people don't understand is that like being a digital daddy like you and I are now, all you got to do is hand them the iPad and walk away.
Yeah, they're addicted to it.
Yeah,
they
they're
just
fine.
stare at it
Yeah,
for
they're
a
fine.
long time.
And then as they get older, they'll become an addicted to screens adult, and then they'll just stay on the screen until they die. They have kids, they're addicted, and it just continues to go on and on.
5 bagel bites. That's
Yeah,
all they need.
it's all they need.
All right, let's do some.
Let's do emails.
All right. Facebook post for pilot. Hey, Tom and Dan, I saw a post on Facebook in the BDM group from Tom, and I'm not sure if you're still looking for a pilot to talk to. We did actually talk to this pilot, so
we talked
this
to that
must
guy?
be an old email.
Old email.
Yeah.
See, the news cycle is so quick that that thing rotated so quickly that nobody really deep dived that guy and tried to blow holes in his story. And that's disappointing to me because I still don't believe him.
Yeah, I know. It kind of just went
this
away.
one says DUI prevention. Hey, team.
Well, why would we read this? No, I'm kidding.
Tom mentioned if he knew the person, he would stop the person from driving. In the past year, I had a friend who refused to listen and ended up rear-ending a semi. No injuries. He did get arrested for a DUI. It was very stressful. A group of us begged and pleaded for him not to leave, and he basically lied and snuck off and drove away. I've had that happen with friends before, too. I called him and told him to turn around because we called the police. Hindsight, nothing short of physically restraining him would have kept him from driving. He was already being aggressive, so if we would have restrained him, it would have gotten very ugly. I obviously regret not doing that, but I'm curious to hear how you'd handle a situation like this. Please keep this anonymous.
God, I don't know if I would call the friend. Okay, so you got a friend at the party, and they're inebriated, they're drunk, and you're begging them not to drive home. You go, you're tending, you're talking to other people, you're cleaning up, something, and then you look around, you realize, where's Rick? Rick's gone. He got in his car and he drove away. This is true. I don't know. Knowing that he's drunk, I'm not sure I would call him because I'm like, oh God. Then if I call him, he's fumbling to get the phone. He's driving.
Yeah,
home.
I could cause accidents.
I'm serious.
Yeah, I see
I'm
where-
not
yeah.
sure I would.
Yeah, he
call
needs to
him.
concentrate.
I'd probably be like, I've done this before. I'm like, oh God, why?
Yeah.
I've had girls come over to my house when I was single. I'd have this was a real fear of mine because I'm a crazy neurotic person. I'd have girls come over to my house. I lived in Deltona. I'm dating. They'd hang out for a little while, watch a movie or something. They'd get drunk. I got to work tomorrow. I'm going home. Okay, that's fine. And then they would drive home a little buzzed, and I'm not cool with that.
If you concentrate and really try, you could be fine. But the problem is then you're drunk, so you make bad choices.
And how do you feel?
You're looking at your phone. You're gonna cry. Your reflexes are slowed. And any accident is gonna be your fault, even if it isn't. Like, this has happened to an NFL player before. This should be a lesson to a lot of people that, like, I'm sure we have tons of listeners that get buzzed and whatever over the legal limit, but drive anyway.
Just call an Uber, a Lyft, walk.
They've been doing it for 25 years. They're like, I'm fine. And you could be.
No, I
but
know.
There was an NFL player that was driving home from a party, and he was above the legal limit. And, like, a homeless guy ran across the street. It was down in Miami or something. And he clipped him. And it was a situation where it wasn't even necessarily his fault. Now, you could probably make the argument if he was sober.
If you're inebriated, your fault.
But that's the thing.
Slower reactions.
So it doesn't even matter. Even if it's someone else's fault, the police show up at the scene and they give you a breathalyzer. You're above the legal limit. Now it's your fault. Now it's manslaughter or,
right.
It's like you now hit someone. And even though the person jumped in front of your car.
Yeah.
It's still because you're over the legal limit. So that's a scenario, yet nothing to do with you and your fault except for the fact that you're over the legal limit. Your life is ruined.
Yeah.
And I think this football player, he's not in the NFL. They kicked him out. Whatever, the repercussions, all that could have been definitely avoided. And so why even take the chance of someone else crashing into you? Because if you're drunk,
no need.
It's your fault. So I don't know what. Oh, stopping someone.
What would you do?
If you pleaded with them
keys.
and they leave,
They'll fight you, though. There are people like that.
You
then
just
they're
run
adult.
away.
I look at
Take the keys and run.
But
yeah,
no,
you take their keys and
And
you
run
just
as fast as you can.
and you just go someplace they can't get to you.
if you're an adult and we had this conversation and I'm like, you shouldn't drive, whatever, and then they sneak off and drive, I'm like, that's on you.
Yeah, it is.
I try. I mean,
That's true.
what am I supposed to? Now, if you are blacked out. And I can tell you can't even make any sort of decision. Maybe then I take your keys because I'm like, this person can't even.
Yeah.
He's a zombie. He's dead behind the eyes. It's like if they're dead behind the eyes, then at that point, maybe they're not even in their right mind to even.
Did you guys? I think most people did. Saw the video of the newscaster came to work that seemingly was a little bit drunk, and then I think she said that. She was taking a leave of absence, and I think now it's been reported that she has resigned or was fired.
No.
I feel a little bad for her.
I do too.
It was one of those scenarios. I started watching. It was one of the first times in modern news cycle history where I've watched something and hysterically laughed at it, and then later in the day felt bad about it.
It's weird when someone, like, obviously to be drunk in the morning before work and you're a newscaster, you probably you're an alcoholic.
Well,
right?
I would imagine it was like night before. Like there's other scenarios I could have put in here. July 4th, you're partying. You go to bed at 2. They need you up at 5. You forgot, or maybe they threw you on the schedule.
Or you thought you'd be fine.
I've done that where I've rolled in and I was partying and I was drunk when I got to work, and that is not good.
People get DUIs in the morning and they get pulled over. And
100%.
And they slept the whole night.
Trying to
still
make that
drunk.
shift. Yep.
So it's probably that. You're right.
That's what I thought it was.
It says that the lady actually ended up quitting.
Yeah, she said it was exhaustion.
She said they were overworking her.
Yeah, I don't believe that's what it was, but I mean, anything's possible. I don't want to call her a liar. I don't know her or her story, but it just doesn't appear that way to me. It looks like maybe you're drinking, but
yeah, because if you want to see an overworked newscaster, watch any newscaster that is covering hurricane footage.
Yeah, they're sleeping at the station.
Yeah, they are. We all see.
Andrea had to do that. Andrea, when she was on, she would be in the newsroom typing up digital stories, and then she'd go to this room and just lay down on this cot and sleep there.
And they appear tired, but never inebriated, right? Like Tom Sorrell's never like, no,
he'll be low
getting
key,
the names wrong,
lack of energy.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's not going to
you
be
loosen your
slurred.
tie
Yeah.
and you take your coat off.
Yeah, you just got bags under your eyes, but you're not like, hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. This lady, like, we know what drunk looks like, or pain pills, or whatever the hell.
Something, you know. But like, I could see a scenario where you were up all night, didn't know you were coming in. They called you at the 11th hour. You don't want to be the bad guy and say no, right? You know, I used to be that guy. Like, I was the go-to guy, and they'd call, hey, something's going wrong at the station. You got to get up there. No matter what, I'd be there, right? Like, I'm loyal. I'm your guy.
But maybe you tell them, like, hey, I was up later than I should have. Maybe you don't
want to do that. Maybe you've already made a couple mistakes, and you think this is going to be the nail in the coffin, and it was anyway, right? I don't know. I'm just making excuses for it because it was one of those things where, man, earlier in the morning, I'm having my coffee, I'm watching her videos, and I am dying laughing. Then later in the day, I was like, oh, man, that kind of makes me uncomfortable. It makes me sad. I feel bad for her now. You can have both. It's okay to feel both. You can laugh at it and then go, you know what? I probably shouldn't have laughed at that. That's somebody. We're about to enter a recession and she's moving on.
Well, why you laugh at it? You're like, I would do that.
Well, you can relate.
That's like me.
Yeah, you're like, I've showed up to work drunk. I know what this is.
I was on Real Radio's airwaves giving away Fat Boy Slim tickets that were not available. We didn't have them, but I was drunk saying it.
Oh, yeah. I was drinking on the air. We've been, although it was encouraged. And that was the whole thing. If you like drinking, make your character drunk all the time.
You gotta get on radio. You gotta look. If you like drinking, be Tater Hayes. What else you got?
Tater's gonna come for you. Tom and Taco Bell. This is the old Tom can't work at Taco Bell, fold a crunch wrap discussion. Dan, I am writing you because we both know that Tom does not respond, which is another thing you have to
I respond.
That is a misconception. He will respond.
I have to agree with Tom that he could survive a shift at Taco Bell and be successful, and I will tell you why. Taco Bell is only busy during lunch and dinner hours. Everything in between is prep and heat lamp. Just saying, it's Taco Bell, which is a job meant for teens fresh out of or even still in high school. I never see young people at Taco Bell.
No. Me neither.
So I don't know.
Mine's always like an older dude.
But also, when you have those rushes, I mean, it sucks.
Yeah, it's still hard, you know?
Well, Can
you make my breakfast crunch wrap?
Yeah.
Well,
he can't make. I'm telling you, I'm not saying
if
this
you
to be
told
mean,
me how
guys.
to do it.
He can't fold a crunch wrap.
Yeah,
that is not something that. No, you can't.
I mean. Right now, if you just gave me the greens, I don't even know what a crunch wrap is. Really.
Well, there you go.
Well, but if you showed me,
if you're not even open to knowing what a crunch wrap is,
let's get some crunch wraps tomorrow, and let's see if Tom can deconstruct.
I just want a crunch wrap. I love a good crunch wrap.
I only like the breakfast crunch wraps though.
But if I went there and then they taught me how to do it, then I'll
There's
do it.
There's a Taco Bell. They're hiring.
They're literally right here.
It's not that I don't want it, but that's the thing. Like some people are saying, "Oh, you can't do this." Like I could do it. I wouldn't want to.
Not with those hands. You can't feel anything.
Yeah, EJ just said that you don't have crunch wrap hands. Yeah, your hands are so weak they can't fold a crunch wrap.
They're strong. I'm
His hands look like crunch wraps.
Yeah, you like crunch wrap hands.
I can't open them.
You're the creature with the crunch wrap hands.
No one wants to do that job for what it pays, and that's the problem.
That's true.
If you paid me $100,000 a year, I'd do that job all day long.
I
prefer it over this job.
You can't even poke your plants to see how wet they are. How are you going to feel the bean spread in a crunch wrap? How are you going to lay the tostada in there?
They're not taking that much care. Have you been to a Taco Bell?
I go more than you do. I go at least once a week for Maisie because she's addicted to it.
They don't care. They just slap it together, and I could do what they're doing. No one cares.
One more email.
The job's horrible.
Run for your life, speed significance. To a corporate time. Hello, Tom, Dan, Sam, and crew. I've heard stories of people having incredible strength lifting heavy objects when lives were on the line.
That's what Tom said he could do with crunch wraps. He's got incredible strength. He'd power through it.
But I don't know the top speed of individuals running for their lives. I've only heard legends of people that could have run on water on how fast they were moving. Is it possible you'll experience horror movie scenarios and trip over yourself, or are you at least breaking 20 miles per hour? My consistent top speed is 12 miles per hour on a treadmill. Always do your morning stretches, Clay. I'm not running that fast.
I think
I hate running.
If scared, though, I think you could, because you're tall.
Oh, adrenaline.
If
long
scared,
legs for
I
sure.
think you could produce some pretty wicked speeds.
I got some weights holding me down up top, though.
But your legs are used to moving them, and you're not a big girl. You know, you're a tall girl, but you're not a big girl.
But you can only run as fast as you could run.
Right.
And you're not running much faster, even if you're scared for your life with that extra adrenaline.
Yeah, maybe a tad.
If you can run the fastest without being running for your life 12 miles an hour, then maybe you can get the 13 for a small burst.
How fast do you think you could run? I don't
know.
I'm not very fast anymore because my hip and back are just rotten.
Yeah.
I don't know speed-wise.
You were pretty fast.
But I don't even know.
Stiff, though.
We're both really stiff.
But that's one thing where miles per hour, I don't know what's even good. Like I see some NFL players and they're like, this.
When you and EJ did a foot raise, you guys did not look like you were going that fast.
No, EJ, he lumbers. He doesn't really run.
Because they're a bunch of 40-year-old fat dads.
It's just like you said when we had, which, by the way, guys, bring that back. I loved seeing you guys fat dad run.
Yeah.
Because you all think you are, and then you're huffing and puffing at the end,
you
and you look like you're in slow motion.
The run challenge?
Yeah, I want to see more
And even the
runs.
people are like, that was fast, right? Their girlfriend's like,
No.
nah, that wasn't
fast.
It didn't look, it looked, I can see it in your face.
It feels faster when you're doing it, yeah.
And
It's unfortunate.
I will say that I made this back in my 20s. I was saying that I could beat any girl my age.
Yeah.
Or I forgot what the hell the thing was on the radio. And then Brett Bushy had put me up against this female lacrosse player.
Oh, I remember that.
And then we ran in like some field across from the Predator's office
Yeah.
or whatever. And
This is the good old days.
everybody was. And that's on YouTube if you want to watch it.
I'm all right.
Bring it on YouTube. Sam hasn't seen it. Sam, have you seen this?
No, I don't think so.
All right, let's bring it up on YouTube. We should do a segment called
The glory days of Drunkie.
I watched.
What am I searching for?
I watched. Search for Drunkie the Bear foot race. And
I love this. Just reminiscing about the good old days, huh?
should be in there
There's a
somewhere.
bunch of like a Robin Big, Aussie Man Reviews,
that's
John
not-
Mayer, Paw Patrol,
Look
Dave Chappelle.
Look at Drunkie the Bear of a race.
Drunk Bears fans race and run into pole. That's not
No,
it.
Drunkie the Bear race predators.
I got. I think you know what, you were right. This is a great segment. The old remember when.
You gotta get
Is it
past
this
that.
one? StupidBets.com.
No, that was don't play
Drunkie
that.
the Bear Orlando Predators.
This is you have to.
Drunkie the Bear gets measured. A weight loss challenge.
No, not that one. No. It was at a field in the front of
Drunkie the
office.
Bear smoking healing laser clinics.
Are you sure there's actual
Oh my
video?
God! You're wearing a puka shell necklace and you got Don Vito haircut.
Wait,
Why?
play that one. Play that one.
Why the-
Whoa!
Good. Healing laser clinics can help
Don't
you.
play
Quit
this.
smoking in
No,
less than
come
an hour.
on.
I haven't smoked in 2 years thanks
Oh,
to
it's
laser
a
therapy.
lie.
My wife has laser therapy. She hasn't smoked
I'm
in 5
joking.
years.
Why
Healing
was it
laser
so
clinics. Call them. 1-800-NO-SMOKE.
You look like a child promoting stop smoking. What the hell?
Hi, I'm a baby. I'm smoking since I fell out of
I
my
haven't
mom.
smoked in 2 years.
Me no like smokes no more. Smokes bad.
I use lasers.
I regret that I brought this up. Should have never had you search for it.
I can't find it.
Anyway, I think it'd be pretty fast. I beat her. That's all I was saying.
Oh my God.
Don't clip that, guys.
I'm trying to find the
Pretty fast.
Drunkie the Bear hits fun box on chick skis.
What?
No. It's a
Woman runs over boyfriend.
No. Now you're into a whole different thing.
Ryan's
domestic-
toy review.
No.
RuPaul's Drag Race.
No, you got out of it now. Anyway, I thought it was on there.
Drunkie the Bear tribute to Tim Tebow.
No, that's a different
Drunkie the
one.
Bear.
Final halftime stunt.
All right, Drunkie the Bear running. I'm so lonely. Drunkie the Bear run down by a dog during the Predators game.
No, not that one.
Drunkie the Bear, Monsters in the Morning. Charlotte did the Stewart's Cove or Stewart Cove.
That's shark diving. Now.
Shark diving.
No, come on. That's we'll move on.
Okay.
It's not in there.
Sorry, buddy.
No.
Oh.
If somebody finds that, though, send it to
Yeah,
us.
send it to us. We will play it.
I think I can run 15 miles an hour.
No way.
No? 15?
15? That's fast.
No.
Or-
The guy that wrote in said he does 12, and
On a
apparently he's
treadmill.
on the treadmill
Yeah,
all
I
the
think
time.
he's a runner.
Well, I mean,
And he's only doing 12, so there's no way Tom's doing 15.
Well, how old is he?
And how
I don't
long
know.
are we running? Quarter mile.
Well, no, just for a short burst. I'll have Daniel drive the Tesla. I'll run on the sidewalk, and then get to 15 miles an hour. I'll run by the side of your car. I'll run.
Let's do this, please.
So wait,
I'll film
So
it.
me and Sam are in the Tesla.
I'll film it
Yeah.
out the window.
And I'm driving 50. I'll lock it on. I don't think I can lock it that low of speed.
Well,
I think
just
it
get up
locks it
to
like
15,
25.
and if I can run next to you for 3 Mississippis, I
Oh
can
my
run
God.
15 miles an
Let's
hour.
do this.
Right?
Well, but in order to run 50 miles an hour, I think you got to do longer than 3 Mississippis. I don't think, like in car world, the average, speed. I don't think Carl Lewis is like, all right, when I get up to speed, count 3 Mississippis. That's how we'll know.
No, well, the bet is just can I run 15 miles an hour? And if I'm running equal the parallel to your car,
Yeah.
driving 15, then I'm running 15. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I mean, I guess. I mean, what are we proving here? Like,
Well, all we need is some mobile equipment. You get in your Tesla.
and then we'll hang I'll hang a cord out the window.
I'll hold the mic.
You'll hold the mic as
Oh,
we're.
the Twitch chat is begging, pleading that we do this.
We'll do it.
Okay,
do
so
it.
you run 15, and I'll just go. But what if you what if you're running and you're like lagging behind him and just keep letting out cord?
No.
Do I keep letting cord out the window?
We'll start off the same. I'll start off jogging and be like, all right, 5 miles an hour.
No, that's not how you do it. So you'll have one starting point. We'll start driving, and then once we get to 15, once we meet up with you, that's when you try and run alongside us.
Okay, yeah.
You don't
What's
start at the same time.
What's the
I want to start at the same time. I want to hold his hand. I'll hold your hand out of the window.
Even pretending.
Oh my
to
God,
run
don't
up-
hold.
Yeah, I'm going to hold your hand out of the window, and then I'll start going. And I'll get you up to 15. You're just going to have to move your legs.
Oh, you're going to drag them good.
Yeah, I'll get you up there.
Yeah. They call that the Little Mac.
I'm riding behind you on my bike. Oh, my God.
All right.
They're telling us to run past the speed signs that yell at you to slow down.
No,
Will that work?
Yeah.
Not on foot. On foot?
Yeah, if you're fat enough, it'll work. You
I've
got to
seen-
be big and fat.
I've seen like drunk dads on TikTok do
Yeah,
that.
they do
that. But that's not as accurate as Daniel's Tesla.
Yeah. Well, like,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
know. I'll look. Yeah, that's a solid 15.
Yeah. Because if I run past the sign that says 15, everybody's like, that's not accurate.
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
not real.
But if you're, and then Samantha can videotape.
What if I tie a rope around your waist and drag you from the back of the Tesla?
Now, how long do you have to run for 15 miles an hour?
I would say you got to run for at least 5 Mississippi.
Five
Yeah.
No,
Mississippis?
No,
3 Mississippis is like, somebody balancing.
Yeah, but I can't even keep up a 15-mile-an-hour pace for 3 Mississippis. Like, that's going to be hard.
Well, how do we determine? Is this like so? You running 15 miles an hour is like in running world is the same as like max bench 1 rep. Is that how we're doing it? Because that's kind of how you're doing it. Is like I can run 3 Mississippis like 1 rep.
Yeah.
Like
If
my
someone's
max
saying, yeah.
speed is 15 miles an hour.
I would. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy said 12. I always think I'm better than him. So 15.
Chigardi in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Live says, Usain Bolt has run as fast as 27 miles per hour.
Yeah.
That's really fast.
That's insane.
You
Yeah.
think you can do half of that?
No. You
Or
can't.
15? Well, maybe
in
15.
sandals? No way.
Like, because
Oh, yeah, you're going to run in sandals?
Yeah,
you're
you're
going to
gonna
put some sneaks on?
You're gonna have to head up to
I'll
Track
barefoot.
Shack and get some Brooks.
You're going barefoot.
Yeah, either I'll do barefoot or I'll put on some tennis
Nude.
shoes.
You're gonna have to run nude to get streamlined. Swim cap, nude.
Because the difference between 15 and 20 is gigantic. But
If
getting
you can
into
get 15, you can get 20. If you get 20, you can get 25.
No.
No, I was just doing your
I'd
own
never
stuff.
I'd never throw out 20. Anyway, we'll do it.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do it. When do we want to do it?
So tired.
Yeah. I don't know where
They
we're
want
gonna
it.
do
They want to see me try.
I see 'em.
Maybe we'll do it for a BDM show.
All right, let's do it. Let's set it up for Monday.
Well, no,
I won't be here Monday.
Oh, next Monday. 2 Mondays.
Okay.
We could do it for an ACT. I feel like
Okay.
we can't get a whole hour BDM show out of
No.
it. So
Make
How
fun of
fast-
you for an hour.
How fast can your one wheel go?
it'll go faster than I can run. So I think it'll go like 17 to 20, maybe. I don't know.
I think it'll go 20.
because now if I'm leaning forward, like pushing it to the limit.
Do you have the pint? Do you have the XR? What do
Don't
you got?
talk about it. He's got the original.
I got version 1.
Yeah. He's got, oh my! It might as well be a covered wagon.
I think you're only going 60 miles per hour, buddy.
okay.
16.
Well, that seemed fast.
You're screwed.
Yeah, that seemed real fast.
You got to run 1 mile faster.
Because when I'm even just cruising down the bike path, I'm like, well, this is faster than anybody can run. All right. Bye-bye.